contestants in the kitchen at a time based on the numbers that were chosen. We got plates all over here. I think that's a glass of homemade wine, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is. Got a lot of different trays here. Beautiful trays.
Sometimes during the week, you know, we get into the grind of day-to-day work, and this is one of those that kind of we get unwind and, you know, see all our friends and family and everybody really close to us. So thank you all, everybody, for attending, and a big round of applause for you all. Thank you. The guys that I think deserve the biggest round of applause are probably going to be drinking water for the next 2 days. And that's our judges, all right? So I'd like to...
Good job.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Dan Cloutier. He owns Private Tender Meats out in Hinsdale. We've got the previous president of the Calabrese in America Club and another really good friend of ours, Mr. Frank Pacheco. And another really good friend of ours, Mr. Ed Lewis. So these gentlemen had the tough job of selecting who was the greatest Soppressata of 2020.
Greatest.
Now when I talk about these scores, if I was to say the reason why we picked these three guys is because of their expertise in the industry, right? And understanding, really talking about salumi and curing dry meats and all that kind of stuff. When you see how tight the groups are and how tight the scores are, this is one of those things that really, to me, is like, you know what, I think we made our best decision is finding the right guys to do this job, right? So thank you guys for doing this job for us. I would like to, before we announce the winners, I'd like to give the microphone to Frank Pacheco. And again, you know, as a previous president of the Calabrese in America Club and all that he does still with the club, and because they're one of our sponsors, I'd like to give him the microphone just to say a few words.
Thank you, guys. Well, first of all, we need to thank Leo for this great event. Thank you, Leo. Everything about this in America, we want to thank you. It is a pleasure to sponsor it, and we will continue to sponsor this event because it is very close to our heritage, and you know, Soppressata is part of our DNA. So that's what we have to do. Okay, so without further ado, I want to just add that judging this Soppressata contest is probably the hardest thing that we have to do, because as I said before, it's like everybody puts so much passion in this, making the Soppressata that how do you judge that? How do you determine who's good? When people do Soppressata for themselves, for their family, and they make it the way they want to make it, the way they like it, you know. So who am I to say that, you know, yours is better than this other one? And I know that we share the same feeling. We talk about this, and we all realize that you make it for yourself, you make it for your family, and that, you know, everybody's a winner just because you're doing it. So for that, you know, all the participants, thank you for participating. Beautiful. I hope you can do it again. And again, thank you everyone again for being here. It gives us an opportunity to do this and to enjoy all the Soppressata that we did. And above that, we love to learn. I mean, I learn every year, you know, from your tips. And maybe I ask too many questions, but I ask them for a reason because, you know, I learn and then I share with my family. And then we make better Soppressata together. So with that, I give the microphone back to Leo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. So what I'm going to do is, everybody that competed, I do have a score sheet for each one of you with all the total scores. All 3 scores plus the final scores, right? So each one of you will give a sheet. I'm not going to go through all the competitor numbers, okay? We're going to do the top 6, okay? And again, when I talked that the numbers were very close in all of these, there was some that even myself and Anthony, you know, we got an opportunity to try them as they were coming out. And we had our own idea of which ones we think really stood out. And it was amazing to see how close we were. So, let's start out with 6th place. 6th place is going to give you a firm handshake. And if you want to just raise your hand and shout out wherever you are. In 6th place is Mr. Tom Arturi. In 5th place, and he keeps getting better every year, my dad, Mario Spazzaria. He was in 6th last year. He's 5th this year. Good job.
5 more years, Mario.
5 more years, you're gonna win.
Pay your
In
dues.
4th place, Mr. Lou Santello.
Hey, Lou.
And now it's time for the hardware. So we, last year was kind of funny. Me and Anthony went to the trophy store, and we're trying to figure out how to give a Soppressata event a trophy. And we were actually trying to describe to the guy what a Soppressata looks like. And it actually looked like that poop emoji is what they were trying to do.
Not many people in Naperville know.
Not many people in Naperville know what Soppressata was. But we came up with the golden pig, and I think this is very fitting, right? So without further ado, in 3rd place, with a total score of 259 points, Mr. Frank DeMonte. He was competitor number 3.
Yes!
No, I'm sorry, no, wait, I'm sorry. Competitor number 14. 14, good job.
Come on, thank you, congratulations.
Speech!
Good job. Nice. Congratulations.
So to tell you how close these were, okay? Frank had a score of 259 points. In 2nd place, with a score of 260 points. Woo. That's crazy, right? I thought we were going to have to split one of these things in half. Mr. Anthony Grande.
Whoa! What's up, man? Italy! God bless you, man. Speech.
Good job. Congratulations.
I see. Good job, man. Good
He was number 1, the first competitor of the day. And this one's kind of cool. So with a total score of 264 points, in 1st place, a guy that has been known throughout Chicagoland as the Sod Father. Competitor number 3, Mr. Frank Gillespie.